What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and in this video I'd like to talk about Tesla insurance, my experience, and also insurance overall, car insurance overall in California. So I've been sharing with you all about the cost of insuring the Model Y Performance and Model X Long Range, both 2022. With Tesla insurance, it is about $317 monthly for both cars. And then I recently had to remove the Model X because we surrendered it recently. And so now I'm paying for the Model Y Performance. So I only have that car with Tesla insurance. And it was lowered to about, according to my credit card statement, $232.62. But there's a lot of factors that go into play to determine what your insurance rate is. It could be the state you're in, which I'll get into, the price of the car, your driving history, accident history, whether you got tickets, suspended license, a lot of stuff. So basically, the policy coverage that we have on our vehicles with Tesla is $100,000 per person bodily injury. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen so you guys can just look through it. Now, I have mentioned in other videos that previously we had State Farm, and when we got the Model X delivered, I checked the rates. At that time, my Model Y was with State Farm, and adding the Model X to our policy with State Farm was about $60 more roughly per month. And so keep in mind, that's gonna give us multi-vehicle discount, and our home insurance is also through State Farm, which gives us 20%. So it was still more expensive. So I decided to try Tesla insurance because $60 a month for a year is like $720 savings. So I figured, you know what, let's go give them a shot, give them a try. I did get a preview of what Tesla insurance was like last year when we had our previous Model Y 7-seater. We got into an accident with another Model Y vehicle. Ask me how that happened. I don't know, but I'm gonna share with you. So we go to Vegas a lot, and this happened during our trip to Vegas, Memorial Day weekend. And at that time, we had State Farm, and the other person has Tesla insurance. And I'm gonna show you what happened in the drawing board. Okay, so basically we were in Las Vegas, heading inside the Aria parking structure. And this is what it looks like. So there are two lanes, one lane entering the parking structure and another lane exiting the parking structure. When you get to the top, because it's like an incline, it actually splits. There's now 3 lanes. At this time, if you go straight, that's entering the parking garage, and then here you can actually merge to the left and take the middle lane, and that's set up to be entering the garage. And then the farthest left lane is the only lane to exit the parking garage, and you pay for your parking. And so once you pay, you get down here to this lane, and it's the exit. This is the lane exiting. This is the lane entering the parking garage. So we were in line, and when we got up to this area, we started to merge to this lane. What the other car did is he got out of the lane and went here. He went to oncoming traffic. Well, at that time there was no car, but he pretty much could have went, well, he went against traffic just so that he can bypass the line. And this is where he clipped us, right here. So thankfully, Tesla has cameras all over the car. It captured everything. It helped me out with my case. And you would think everything is fine and dandy. Well, no, it wasn't. I knew right off the bat we were not at fault. I'm not gonna go into how the other driver was with this incident. But basically, I just remain calm because we don't know how people are nowadays, and I didn't want to get any bigger issue. And the kids were with us, and I just wanted to get the information. We just got to Vegas, and we wanted to just have fun and forget about it. The damage wasn't too bad. Our car was wrapped, and a lot of the damage was taken by the wrap, so it's a pretty good quality wrap if you ask me. But here is the clip from our cameras, the dash cam and the left side repeater. So you can see that this is the left repeater, and he is pretty much just waiting to clear the opposite traffic lane. And now he's coming up. He's driving in the wrong side of the road right here. And this is where he got clipped. Now this angle is our front dash cam, and as you can see, you could merge to the left because the middle and right lane is for people entering the parking structure. So as you can see, as I explained, the other driver went to the incorrect lane, the opposite lane, to bypass the line going inside the parking structure and ended up clipping us. Fortunately, it wasn't worse because people were exiting that parking structure and there could have been a head-on collision. I usually pay my deductible whether it's my fault or not, simply because I just don't want the headache. But in this case, I just wanted to go through the other person's insurance and file the claim against them and let them figure it out, because I had all the video footage. I felt like we were not at fault. And so he has Tesla insurance, and man, it took a very long time from that time all the way to the time we got our we were reimbursed for our deductible was like April 18th, so almost a whole year. And I started noticing the dragging of the feet, like it was really bad. And so I ended up just paying my deductible after I think like a month. I was like, screw this, let's get the car fixed. I don't like looking at it. And I paid my deductible. State Farm took care of everything. I was able to pick any shop I want. So I picked Ben Climbers, which is a certified Tesla body shop. And it was out of our network, but it was fine. Just our deductible took care of everything. So one of the issues that was happening during that time was part availability. The fender flare took, man, I don't even know how long it took, but it took a while to get. But the repair itself took about a week. They had to remove the wrap. They just couldn't buff it out because they wanted to make sure that there was no structural damage. And so when they removed the wrap, what they found was spider webbing, I guess, on the paint. So there was no damage underneath the bumper. Again, the wrap took most of the damage. So they had to sand it and repaint the bumper. We had to wait, I think 3 to 5 days, maybe even longer, for the paint to cure before we had to bring it to the other shop, the wrap shop, to rewrap it. Basically, I think it cost roughly $2,800 for this repair. The body shop had to file a supplement because their initial estimate was around $1,464, and it ended up being $2,200, and then another $600 to rewrap the bumper. Now, my coverage with State Farm gives us $50 a day for rental. And I think they gave us a discount because I was like, man, we only have $50 a day. So I think Enterprise just hooked us up. They gave us a discount, but I think I had to cover for taxes and fees and all that. So it was, I think, $83 or $86 out of pocket. I could have filed to get that reimbursed with Tesla, but from the experience already, I was just having a headache. So I'm taking the L on it. It's only like under $100. I know principle, right? The principle of it, but I was already frustrated, and it was just really bad experience. I just wanted our $500 deductible reimbursement back. It took almost a year to get our deductible reimbursed, and it's just pretty bad experience with Tesla. I don't know what their excuse was. I think they were saying that the original adjuster was being promoted and it wasn't handled or passed on to the person replacing them. I don't know, whatever it is, their system is screwed up. Yet I still chose to get Tesla insurance to insure the Y and the X, because the $60 a month savings what intrigued me. So, but now recently I had to give them a call to remove the X, and that was just such a horrible experience. I've talked a little bit about it in the previous video where I talked about surrendering the Model X. So if you haven't checked that out, please check it out. But yeah, it was just a pain. Now, I don't necessarily have to call them often. It's only when I have a question. But right now, since we're jumping between cars and stuff, that's gonna probably happen often. And at the same time, do I really want to pay a company for services that I'm not really too happy with? I don't know. So we're back to that whole principle thing, right? It is more expensive if I go to State Farm, but man, they took care of me every time an incident occurs. Unfortunately, it's not that often, but whenever I need them, they were on it. They were on it. So I'm debating on it. Some of you have messaged me and others have commented on the video. So like, for example, TR Morcos21 was like, hey, go check out Costco Connect. I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. Well, unfortunately, when I went to go check it out, I plugged in my zip code. They said in California, they are no longer accommodating new policies. Using the suggestions that I got from many of you, I did try Allstate next. The first number I called, they said that particular location was not, again, accommodating new policies. Like, I guess their license or their whatever permit did not allow for them to take on new policies. So it looks like it's a trend now for auto insurance as well. California has recently been through this weird thing where a lot of insurance companies are not creating new policies or giving out new policies. I talked to some insurance companies and they say it's the wildfire and the cost, and they want to make sure that they're able to help pay for things when incidents do happen. So I called another Allstate agent in a different location, and their location will do new policies, but you have to bundle it. So I have to bundle my home insurance and my car insurance, and I didn't want to leave State Farm for our house insurance. So we've been with them for a while, so it's fine. So next I tried Progressive, Flo. So I spoke with them, and wow, I didn't realize how many questions that they asked. It took like 15-20 minutes. And then they even asked for my social, and I'm like, is that something that you need? And they said, well, we like to do background checks and this, and this, but it is optional. And I said, you know what? I declined to give it to you because I don't trust companies with my data. And I've said that before. And so they were like, okay, that's fine. But with the information that I've provided, the premium is for 6 months. There's no option to pay monthly, so I have to pay at least 6 months in advance, and the premium for 6 months is $2,003.88. If you divide that by 6, it's $333.98. So I ended up just contacting my old State Farm insurance, and I was able to talk to an agent. He was able to bring up my old policy with the Model Y. He had my VIN number and everything. So with State Farm, they quoted me a monthly premium of $358. So that's like $150, $120 more a month just to insure my Model Y with State Farm. Again, keep in mind, we have our home insurance with them that gives us 20%. And there's also this line item that says premature passing optional discount for 150,000. And I asked about it and I said, well, if it's optional, does that mean because it's on there that my premium is higher? So they explained to me that the reason why it's lower, I can't believe it could be more expensive. The reason why it's lower is because of that option there. Now, without it, the premium, the monthly premium would be more expensive. And then I asked, well, what is it about? So pretty much it's covering it if I were to prematurely pass away. And it's also based on my health. And so I asked, well, does that mean that I'm going to have to go to the doctor and get like some examination or a physical or whatever? And so the agent explained that that's something random. They may or may not. And if they do need me to do it, I have to do it. And if I don't meet their requirements, they're going to have to take that off. And then my premium goes even higher. So that's a lot of difference between, you know, Tesla insurance and State Farm. I'm gonna call them again once we get our plaid and compare the two. So hopefully it brings it back down to $60, because $120 a month difference right now just for the Model Y. I think I'm gonna stay on hold for 2 hours. I don't know about you, $120 or something like that. That's, yeah, $60 I was already debating. But this is double that for just one car. So we'll see what's gonna happen once we get the plaid, and just check with Tesla insurance and hope that I don't need to call them for anything, because so far the year that we've had Tesla insurance, I never really had to call them, but it was in the back of my head like, man, if I have to call, man. And yeah, again, California is just going to this weird stage where insurance is just, I don't know. So if you're in California and you're looking for insurance, good luck, because it's a weird thing right now, especially if you're trying to change from what you currently have. If you have something already, I'm sure you could work things out if you need to add a vehicle or any other property. So would you consider getting Tesla insurance to save money but have to put up with the long hold times and just possible headaches? What is your threshold of saving money? What is your threshold? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so before I go, I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs. So first shout out is to BertsN3P on Instagram. He actually messaged me almost a month ago, and for whatever reason, Instagram put his message along with other messages, like it marked it as spam. So like I said, if I haven't replied, I really do my best to respond to you guys. But if you haven't heard back, just nag me again. Just so happened today, I was just trying to clean out my inbox. So his message was pretty much right next to Elon Musk Instagram, his burner account. And this is what it says.
Hey friend, this is Elon Musk. I came across your Instagram profile on my friend's suggestions list, and I think I'll love doing business with you. Feel free to message me here anytime. I'm always happy to hear from you.
So yeah, sorry, BertsN3P. That's why I haven't really replied, because I just haven't gone and cleaned up my inbox. But yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a big deal. I got Elon Musk, all his burner accounts are following me on Instagram. So make sure you take note of that. I am a big deal. And another shout out to Keith. Congratulations on the Model Y. He also messaged and said that he immediately took a trip to Alabama after he picked up his Model Y to drop off his grandson to college. So good luck to your grandson. I'm sure he's gonna do great. And wow, like a good number of you have been reaching out saying that you're a brand new Tesla owner and you guys are taking road trips. Impressive. I am very impressed, because when I got my first Tesla back in 2019, I never had the guts to do that. Never had the guts. We take Vegas trips a lot, and we still took our minivan for a couple more times, and eventually we ended up taking the Model 3. But it took a good number of months before I even took my first road trip with it. But I applaud you all, the new Tesla owners, already taking those road trips. Man, have fun, and congratulations on the new toys. So if you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let's get to 700 subscribers. Just a heads up, if you are new to Tesla or not familiar with supercharging rates, they usually change twice a year. You have your summer rates and you have your winter rates. And lately the winter rates are a little bit more expensive. So it's about this time, end of September to October is winter rates. So if you go supercharging, they are a little bit more expensive than what you've been seeing lately, because those were the summer rates. So recently it looks like it's becoming more consistent with just 2 price changes during the year. I did a video about the supercharging rates. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.